The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Drink that soda, have that burp just as you're coming on the air. Good choice, Ron. How are you? My name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for this 8th day of June, 2023. Hope that the air is breathable where you are today. Thankfully, the heavy smoke that's done in the New York metropolitan area did not make its way up here, although we are closer to Quebec. But still, pretty scary time. And yes, I did get a haircut. Today's ball game is from Wednesday, August 15th, 2023. That's pretty good. Let's be playing the Steve Miller Band's Looking in the Future, right? August 15th, 2001. Between the first place Houston Astros and the not first place Chicago Cubs. The Astros are one of two teams in baseball with a pretty secure lead as we're coming down the stretch. The Chicago White Sox are the other. So we haven't had the Astros on a lot. And figured that if the Cubs are going to make a race out of this is a game that they need to win. The Astros are going to go with Pedro Estacio over from the Colorado Rockies. And John Lieber gets the call for the Cubs. So there you have it. That's the setup for you. It's the Astros and the Cubs on a warm night in Houston on a team that is almost white hot. As Retro Sports Network presents Action 2001, an Action PC Season Odyssey. Tonight, from Enron Field in Houston, Texas, it is the Houston Astros and the Chicago Cubs. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. So in trying to get some help for their pennant run, the Astros went out and got Pedro Estacio. And I would say, in real life, it worked well in his only four starts, maybe not so well. He's only going to be around another week, so he needs one more start after this. In the replay, it hasn't really helped, but on the other hand, the Astros' lead is pretty substantial. Steeler fan, how are you? John, afternoon baseball, horrible self-service yesterday. Oh, yeah. Hopefully you have some breathable air in there today. Anyway, Estacio making his third start, 0-1, a 4.91 ERA. 30. All right, but thanks for popping in. 31 years old, curveball pitcher, fastball at 84, and his standard pitcher. Hit the right button, Ron. Okay. He faced the Marlins on August 10th, 5 days ago, a 4-3 win, although he did not factor in the decision. 6 innings, 76 pitches, 4 hits, 1 unearned run, and 4 strikeouts. So since coming over from the Rockies, 11 innings, 13 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. He can go 110 pitches. And if all goes well, that should get him into the 7th. Lineup for the Cubs. Eric Young leads off at second base. Ricky Gutierrez at short will bat second. Sammy Sosa in right hits third. Fred McGriff? Really? The crime dog? I don't remember him with the Cubs. Good. Good. John, and I believe is in Metro Philly. Much better today. Hazy but breathable. That was us yesterday. Saturday was tough because we got the remnants of the fire from Nova Scotia here. And my poor wife has just been, it's been a rough week for her. Anyway, Ron Coomer is at third. He'll bat fifth for the Cubs. Matt Stayers in left will go sixth. Michael Tucker in center going seventh. Joe Girardi behind the plate batting eighth. And John Lieber on the mound should throw about 115 pitches for the Cubs. Defensively for Houston, Lance Berkman a 5 and a 5 in left. Richard Hidalgo a 7 and a 6 in center. Moises Alou, who will feature in Cubby lore later on, is a 2 and a 9 in right. Vinny Castilla a 5 at third for Houston. Julio Lugo is a 7 at short. Craig Biggio a 3 at second. Jeff Bagwell a 6 at first. Brad Ausmus a 10 and a 7 behind the plate. Estacio with the Astros is a 4 with a 1,000 fielding percentage. Eric Young at 287, 6 home runs and 42 RBI. Warm night in Houston, 88 degrees, roof is open, winds left to right at 4. And Young slaps this one into left field. That's going to run all the way to the scoreboard. Berkman will get it. Castilla should have had it. And EY is in there with his 37th double of the year. How you doing, Tim? So that brings up Rookie Gutierrez at 270, 8 homers and 45 RBI. We will be with you tomorrow at noon. Check with the wife. That does not interfere with what she's got going on. Gutierrez drops one down. Osmus over to first. Biggio is there. And 2-4 on the card. 1 out. For slamming Sammy Sosa, 282, 35 homers, and 97 RBI. Young moved over to third following the bunt in his double. Sosa line drive to Castilla, and Young has to scamper back. Yeah, he had over 60. Hard to believe, Jamie, that Luis Gonzalez had 57 home runs for the Diamondbacks and finished third behind Bonds and Sosa. Fred, I don't remember Fred being with the Cubs. 185, 2 homers, and 5 RBI. Overall, with the Northsiders, he hit 282, 12 homers, and 41 RBI. Tribe Fan says, doing well. We have an air quality alert today. Yeah, we didn't. Thankfully, we did not get what New York got yesterday. But we had an air quality alert all last weekend. And you'll probably have one tomorrow as well. Estacio's pitch. Ground ball to first. Bagwell takes it himself. And that will retire the side. Cubs get a double and leave them on. After half an inning, no score. So John Lieber, 31 years old, slider topping out about 84, making his 25th start of the year. 20-game winner for the Cubs in 01. 11-4 on the replay, a 306 earned run average. 9th in baseball. He last pitched 5 days ago against the Giants in a 2-0 loss. 8 innings, 108 pitches. Hi, Bernie. 7 hits, 2 runs, both earned, a home run. He walked 3 while striking out 4. So overall for John, 173 2/3, 163 hits, 70 runs, 59 earned. He's given up 19 homers. He's walked 18 while striking out 95. Mr. Howard, how are you? Craig Biggio leads off for the Astros at second base. Julio Lugo at short will bat second. Jeff Bagwell at first will bat third. Lance Berkman cleans up in left. Moises Alou is in right. He'll bat fifth. Richard Hidalgo in center going sixth. Vinny Castilla at third batting seventh. Brett Osmus behind the plate eighth. And Estacio, who threw 12 pitches in his half of the first, will go ninth. Defensively for the Cubs, Matt Stayers a 3 and a 2 in left. Michael Tucker a 3 and a 3 in center. Sammy Sosa a 6 and a 7 in right. Ron Coomer from the radio booth to third is a 3. Ricky Gutierrez is a 3. Eric Young a 4. And again, I don't remember McGriff with the Cubs, but he's a 4 in Chicago. Girardi an 8 and a 7 behind the plate, and Lieber an 8 on the mound with a 1,000 fielding percentage. Biggio at 319, 21 homers and 62 RBI. And Craig swings into left center field. Back goes Stairs to the wall, and that is high off the wall, but will stay in the yard. And for Biggio, that's his 28th double of the year. So that brings up Lugo, Julio at 262, 9 homers, and 28 RBI. Lieber 1 pitch, 1 hit. Lugo lines this one into right field in front of Sosa. That's going to drop for a single. Biggio will hold at third. Sosa with a good arm. Chances are a coin flip. And nobody out for Bagwell, hitting .245, 21 homers, and 66 RBI. The McGriff stats are for the partial year with the Cubs, Tribe Fan says. Was traded to the Cubs from the Devil Rays for Jason Smith and Manny Ibar. McGriff would play 2002 with the Cubs as well. I have no memory of that whatsoever. I think that's one of the reasons why McGriff's Hall of Fame chances took so long to be in fruition. He played with so many teams. Pitch to Bagwell. There's a ground ball to third. Coomer will try for two. Young for one. Biggio scores, and McGriff for two. So the run will count. 2 out. And nobody on for Lance Berkman at .342, 23 homers, and 99 RBI. The Cubs were loaded. Lieber deals. Strike three, gets away from Girardi, throws it down to McGriff, and that will retire the side. However, the Astros get a run on 2 hits. They don't leave anybody on after 1-0 Houston. So Coomer, Stairs, and Tucker to face Estacio here in the second. Ron at .281, 7 homers, and 41 RBI. Struck him out. A 1-2 changeup swung on and missed. So 1 out for Stairs. Matt at .286, 21 homers, and 58 RBI. Walked him. So Estacio lost him on 4 straight. Stairs is about as much of a threat to steal as I am. Here's Tucker over from the Reds at .274. 5 homers and 16 RBI. Ground ball to first. Bagwell goes to Lugo for a 1. Julio, will he throw? No. So Tucker reaches on the fielder's choice, 3-6, and 2 out for Joe Girardi, hitting .188, a home run, and 19 RBI. Ground ball to third. Castilla goes across the way, and they'll retire the catcher as they should, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. Cubs leave on another runner. Bottom of the second here, 1-0 Houston. So Alou, Hidalgo, and Castilla. Moises at .332, 23 homers, 93 RBI. Lieber starts the second. Ground ball to short. Gutierrez. Over to McGriff. 1 out. And that'll bring up Hidalgo. Richard at .304, 10 homers, and 69 RBI. Got him. Lieber got him to swing and miss on a 1-2 curve, and there's 2 out. So here's Castilla, again over from Tampa. Vinny at .262, 10 homers, and 36 RBI. Lieber winds and deals. Hard ground ball to Coomer. Ron throws it over, and that will. Castilla barely running at all, but it gets away from McGriff, and Castilla's on. And in fact, it went in the dugout, and Castilla, who was kind of hot dogging it down to first, ends up on second. So Castilla gets away with his own error, and Coomer gets charged with a throwing error, and that'll bring up Brett Ausmus, hitting .238, a home run, and 28 RBI. So Lieber thought he was out of it clean, gives Coomer a side eye before pitching to Ausmus. And Brad strikes out. So Lieber mumbles a few words. A fastball in there for strike 3. No runs, no hits, and the error does not hurt. The Astros leave on 1, and they lead it 1-0. So speaking of Lieber, John is at the plate, 4 for 47. How you doing, Dave? How is the sky in your world? Lieber at 085 and 4 RBI. Estacio starts the third. Ground ball to Castilla. And Vinny will throw him out. Lieber with a little more effort than Castilla had a moment ago. But he's still out. Opening 9 for Estacio. 29 pitches. 2 1/3. A hit, a walk, and a strikeout. Good. Glad to hear it. Much better today, Dave says. Thankfully, it didn't really seem to come here. I could smell it yesterday when I left the house. Could not smell it when we went out this morning. It's a rainy day here in town, but very chilly for the 8th of June. It's just 54 degrees. But the pictures that I saw yesterday from New York City were just terrifying. And as Scotty Howard would tell you, apparently that gets that way in the summertime in the Pacific Northwest. Eric Young doubled his first time up. Ground ball to Biggio for the out, 2 away. Here's Ricky Gutierrez. Sack bunt his first time up. You just got to worry about all the pollen. My poor wife having to walk around outside with a mask on just so she can breathe easier. It's been a rough week for people with allergies, and I can't imagine what you guys in the metro New York area had to go through yesterday. Pitch to Gutierrez. Struck him out. So Estacio, good inning. 3 up, 3 down. After 2.5, it's still 1-0 Houston. So Estacio 1 for 3 since coming over from Colorado with a strikeout. Lieber winds and fires. Fly ball left field. Stairs in the corner. Has it for the out. 1 away. For Biggio, who doubled and scored. Lieber opening 9, 2 1/3. 33 pitches, 2 hits, and 3 strikeouts. John says yesterday it was like the first 30 minutes of Interstellar. Sun was just an orange dot in the sky. Throat scratchy today. Yeah. Still can smell it, but nothing like yesterday, Dave says. Reminded me of the love of the smell of napalm in the morning scene in Apocalypse Now. Yep, I can imagine that. And Scotty says we've had some nasty August, September smoke the last 5 or 6 years. I never remember anything like this. We'll get them once in a while. Of course, there's a lot of timber in the eastern part of Canada, Quebec and Nova Scotia. And so I remember a Labor Day about 10 years ago, as the pitch to Biggio is a ground ball past Gutierrez for a base hit, where the smoke hung so low in the sky that it came down here. We were inside a mall in downtown Burlington, and it was so hazy from the smoke that was all you could smell. Here's Julio singled his first time up. Biggio on first. So we're not completely foreign to this, but just what the pictures I saw, it looked like if you were wearing sunglasses. That's what the color was. Pitch to Lugo. Gets away from Girardi. And Biggio moves up 90 on the wild pitch. So 2-2 the count. 1 out, bottom of the third. John kind of makes Scotty's point even stronger, reminding me of the first day we landed back in Seattle last September. I guess there were wildfires in British Columbia. First day of vacation, we're being told to stay inside. Yikes, didn't see Mount Rainier for 5 days. Just drink more Olympian, you won't care. Pitch to Lugo. There's a ground ball to Young. Eric scoops it up, throws to McGriff. Biggio moves on to third. 2 out for Bagwell, who grounded into a double play his first time up. Scored the run, and remember, you can't assume the double play, so you don't get the RBI. I was 8 years old when someone explained that to me. that you don't get the RBI on a double play. Pitch to Bagwell. Got him. So that's 4 for Lieber. Astros will strand out runner on third. No runs, a hit, no errors. Go to the 4th here at Houston. 1-0 Stros. So Sosa, McGriff, and Coomer to face Estacio. Sammy is 0 for 1. Estacio deals. Ground ball to third. Castilla over to Bagwell. 1 out. Here's McGriff. Fred is 0 for 1. Got him. That's 3 for Estacio. An 0-2 changeup in there at the knees. Got him looking. Coomer struck out his first time up. We don't get air quality warnings very often here in Vermont. We don't have a lot of plants to begin with as far as industrial. We have a lot of trees. But the mix of the Nova Scotia wildfire and the pollen and the fact it's been bone dry. We've had light rain, and I mean, almost sprinkle type rain the last couple days. It's made it a little more humid, but the ground is still rock hard as far as wetness is concerned. Pitch to Coomer. Fly ball, right center field. Hidalgo moving over, and he will not make it. That hits off of Taj's Hill. And for Coomer, that's his 18th double of the year. That'll bring up Stairs with 2 out. Matt walked his first time up. Fly ball, right field. That's trouble. Lou will have that hit the wall, so that ties the ball game as Coomer scores. Stairs is in the second standing with his 20th double, and we're knotted at 1. So that brings up Michael Tucker, who was 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Got him, and that's 4 for Pedro. However, the Cubs tie it up. 1 run, 2 hits. They'll leave on a runner, no errors. Bottom of the 4th here in Houston, 1-1. So here are the standings. Florida by 2 over the Phils. 6 over the Braves. In the Central, again, this one's pretty much done and dusted. 9.5 between Houston and Chicago. Didn't St. Louis win this division? They're 12.5 back, and there just isn't a lot of time. They would need to make it all up with about 42 games to go. Not impossible, but this would be 78 Red Sox-esque. In the West, San Francisco is being caught. Arizona, the Dodgers, and the Rockies all within 5, which means that I'll have to put on some Dodger games. In the American League, the Yankees lead the Red Sox by 5. The White Sox have the best record in baseball at 77-40. They lead the Indians by 10.5. And Oakland has cut Seattle's lead to 1. So Oakland has a 7-game lead in the wild card. And in the National League, it would be Arizona with a 1.5 games over the Phils. Astros and Cardinals tied for the Central in Oakland, I'm being told. If St. Louis can tie Houston, that would be pretty remarkable. Again, the Cardinals have played 118 coming into today, and they would have to make up 12.5 just to do it. Lance Berkman struck out his first time up. Lieber starts the 4th. Fly ball, right field. Back goes Sosa, way back there, and that is gone. So Berkman a solo home run, and the Astros go up 2-1. Here it is again. Crowd knew it the second it left the bat. So for Berkman, that's his 24th. Here's Alou. Moises is 0 for 1. Ground ball to short. Gutierrez to McGriff. Or the out. Brings up Hidalgo, who struck out his first time up. Richard to Gutierrez, second verse. The same as the first, 2 out. It's a good thing I don't have to pay a royalty to Herman's for every time I use that line. Here's Castilla, video for 1. He reached on the air. Lieber, deep breath, delivers. Struck him out, and that'll do it. Castilla wanted a fastball, and Lieber gave him the change. However, the solo homer by Berkman has the Astros up after 4, 2-1. Girardi 0 for 1. Lieber and Eric Young to follow here in the 5th. Girardi belts this one into left center field. That's going to be extra bases even for Joe. Berkman finds a handle, throws it in, and Girardi has his 9th double of the year. So Bagwell and Castilla play for the bunt. Lieber 0 for 1. Lieber squares. It goes to Bagwell down the line at first. And I believe he just tags Lieber for the sacrifice. So 3-U. 1 out. Runner on third for Young. Girardi the tying run for Chicago. Young 1 for 2 with a double. Astacio 18 batters, 63 pitches, 4 1/3. 4 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He's walked 1 while striking out 4. Ground ball to Lugo. They'll take the shore out at first. And that's the second out now in a tie ball game. Jamie says Herman's is not a name that will come up on a Fortnite stream. Well, you never know if Peter Noon has a grandson or granddaughter. Although maybe Fortnite 2 is now a thing of the past. What is it, PUBG? What game are those kids playing today? Here's Ricky Gutierrez. Ricky struck out and had a sack bunt. He's 0 for 1. Gutierrez in the left field. Berkman coming in and makes the catch, and we're halfway home. Again, great weather for April here in Vermont. 54 degrees and cloudy. Halfway home on a Thursday afternoon. It's the Astros 2, the Cubs 2. Jonas Lay, here's how he got here. A decent one here between the first and second place teams in the National League Central. Jeff Bagwell with the fielder's choice to make a 1-0 Houston in the first. In the fourth, Matt Stairs doubled to tie the ball game, scoring Ron Coomer to make it 1-1. In the bottom of the fourth, Houston retook the lead, and Lance Berkman shot to right, his 24th of the year, to make it 2-1. And Eric Young, a moment ago, a fielder's choice, had knocked this game at 2. Nothing wrong with playing chess on Twitch. I've tried it. I'm just not very good. Tribe Fan says, sounds like a conversation Waldorf and Statler were to have in the balcony. It does, doesn't it? Lieber, a 4-hitter through 4. The home run allowed in his 2 runs, both earned. He struck out 5. Astacio threw 5, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned, a walk and 4 strikeouts. Chess streams well. I just don't play it well. Osmus struck out. Bernie, watch your Patreon for the answer to that. Osmus struck out. his first time up. Lieber starts the fifth. Ground ball to third. Coomer over to McGriff. 1 out. So Estacio's going to bat here. He's 0 for 1. Lieber deals. Line drive to McGriff. 2 out. I can't imagine, though, that chess would ever be the #1 game. Biggio has singled and doubled and scored. Lieber opening 18, 61 pitches, 4 2/3, 4 hits, a home run. Both the runs are earned, and he has struck out 5. Biggio gets plunked. That's not what he wanted, not what Lieber wanted with 2 out. Nailed him on the shoulder, and that'll bring up Lugo, who's 1 for 2. Excuse me. Pitch to Lugo. Struck him out. That's 6 for Lieber. Lugo wanted something he didn't get. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 6th here, and then Ron 2-2. So Sosa, McGriff, and Coomer. Sammy has slugged 35 homers on the year. He's 0 for 2 today. Both teams have 2 runs on 4 hits. Cubs have an error, the Astros don't, and both teams have left on 3 through 5. Pitch to Sosa. Fly ball, shallow right center, Hidalgo coming in, 1 out. For Fred McGriff, he's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Fly ball, right field, Elu. How do you do? 2 out. So Ron Coomer, who doubled and struck out, 1 for 2 with a run scored. Base hit right field. Elu will cut it off. Coomer will hold it first. Biggio should have made that play, but did not. Matt Stairs has an RBI double and a walk. 1 for 1. Now has 20 doubles on the year. 2 out. Got him. Estacio got him to chase a fastball, and that'll do it. So the Cubs get a hit, and that's it. They've left on 4. Through 5.5, it's still 2-2. So Bagwell, Berkman, and Alou. Jeff is 0 for 2. He has struck out and grounded into a double play. Lieber starts the 6th. Ground ball to third. Coomer. Over to McGriff. 1 out. Brings up Berkman. It was his solo home run in the 4th that gave the Astros a 2-1 lead. He now has 100 RBI on the replay. This is game number 120 for Houston and 119 for Chicago, which makes St. Louis's task of trying to match the real-life tie even harder, because Houston only has 41 left, 42 left after this. Pitch to Berkman. Fly ball, right field. Sosa going into foul territory. No. So 0-2 the count. Somebody from San Antonio made that catch. Lieber, deep breath, delivers. Ground ball foul, third base side. And the count remains 0-2. Berkman, deep left field. Back goes Stairs. Away back there and off the top of the scoreboard. And Berkman has a double and is going to hold right there. That's his 50th 5-0 double of the year. You may all now hum the theme of Hawaii 5-0 to yourselves. So that brings up Moises Alou. Moises is 0 for 2. That's a base hit into right center field. Berkman will round third. Sosa has a good arm, and Berkman's not going to challenge it. Young should have made the play. Runners on the corners, 1 out for Hidalgo, who is 0 for 2 with the strikeout. Girardi and Lieber have a word with each other. Lieber, deep breath, pitch, fly ball, left field. That's pretty shallow. That should not score Berkman. Stairs has it. He looks. Berkman tags. And with 2 outs, he's going to run, and Stairs just throws it in the infield. And the Astros go up 3-2. So a sac fly for Hidalgo. And then I'll bring up Castilla, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Vinny in the left center. Tucker moving over. Makes the catch. And that will retire the side. Astros get the go-ahead run on 2 hits and no errors. They have left on 4, and after 6, it's Houston 3, Chicago 2. So Tucker, Girardi, and Lieber. Tucker 0 for 2. He is struck out. Estacio would bat second in the bottom half of the inning as I get the fatigue warning. Tucker drops one down. Osmus throws to first. And Michaels retired 1 away. Girardi doubled and scored in the 5th. 1 for 2. Base hit left field. Berkman will pick it up. Castilla should have had that. 6 hit for the Cubs. See what Lieber does. He's 0 for 1. Pitch count wise, he's fine. So if he is yanked, it would be because he's at the plate. And he will be yanked. His day is done after 6. Todd Dunwoody is the pinch hitter. 229, 4 homers, and 12 RBI. As a pinch hitter, 237, 2 homers, and 5 RBI. Runner on first is Girardi. Estacio deals. Dunwoody to first. Bagwell goes to Lugo to get the lead runner. Julio throws to Jeff, and they turn the double play. 3-6-3. Stretch time, 3-2 Astros. So Dave Weathers coming in to pitch for the Cubs over from the Reds on July 31st. Has already made 10 appearances with Chicago. 0-1, a 3.65 ERA, 31 years old, fastball at 91, and a ground ball pitcher. Last pitch last night in a 7-2 win by Houston. Did not take the decision, so he's going his 3rd game in a row. 2/3 of an inning, 16 pitches, 2 hits. He was Christmas treed, 3 runs all earned, including a home run. He walked the batter as well. So Stormy is an appropriate nickname for Weathers. 12 1/3 innings, 14 hits, 5 runs all earned. 2 homers on back-to-back nights, 7 walks, and 10 strikeouts. So Osmus, 0 for 2 with the strikeout, will lead off. I'll leave Estacio in. He can pitch the 8th. And Biggio, who is 2 for 2, due up. Osmus. Base hit right center field. Tucker will pick it up. He's going for 2, and he is in there. How about that? So Tucker, I think, just took his eye off the ball for a moment. Osmus, who for a catcher has good speed. Overall, he's a 5. Took advantage, turned on the afterburners, and is on with the leadoff double. So McGriff and Coomer play for the bunt. Estacio will oblige. It is down. McGriff throws to Young covering the bag at first, and Ausmus moves over to third. So 1 out for Biggio. Craig is 2 for 2. Also got hit by a pitch. Single, double, and scored his 103rd run on the replay. 3-2 Astros, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Girardi and Weathers have a word. Biggio, base hit down the line and left. Stairs goes to grab it. He'll hold Craig to a long single, but that's good enough to score Ausmus, and the Astros go up 4-2. So that brings up Lugo. Julio 1 for 3 with a strikeout. Got him. So Weathers got him to look at a 1-2 curve on the inside. 2 out for Bagwell. Jeff is 0 for 3. Has struck out and grounded into a double play. Pitch from Weathers. Bagwell laces this one right to Coomer, who leaps and makes the catch. After 7, another run for the Stros on 2 hits and no errors. It's Houston 4, Chicago 2. So it'll be Young, Gutierrez, and Sosa. Estacio opening 27, 93 pitches, 7 innings, 6 hits, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. Liner to center, Hidalgo moving over. He will not be able to get there. It drops in front and gets behind him all the way up the hill. And Young is on with a leadoff double. So the tying run is Gutierrez. That's only the 7th hit for Chicago. Ricky is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Liner to Biggio, and he makes the catch. Young saw that one all the way and didn't really leave the bag. 1 out for Sosa, who remember is the tying run. Sammy is 0 for 3. Fly ball left field. Berkman, that should be playable. It is 2 out. Young retreats and holds. So the gamble for me using Estacio and then the closer looks to be paying off so far. Here's Fred McGriff. Fred is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Estacio deals with 2 out, and McGriff draws the walk. And as soon as I said that, Estacio says that's about enough. In comes Billy Wagner to close this one out. Pitching change from Enron Field in Houston, Texas. So Wagner, 47th appearance. Yeah, we're doing 88, Bernie. 29 years old, fastball at 94, and a fly ball plus pitcher. In 35 saved chances, he's closed the door 34 times for a save percentage of 97.1 on your FM dial. It's 4-1 overall with 34 saves, an earned run average of .94, which is pretty gosh darn diddly good. Fastball pitcher at 94, fly ball plus. He last pitched 2 days ago against the Cubs in a save situation. Went 1 inning in a 7-5 win. Punched that save. 24 pitches, a walk, a strikeout, and a hit. He will need to get 5 outs here, or 4 outs, if he hopes to pick up the save. 47 2/3 innings, 28 hits, 5 runs all earned. The home run came a couple nights ago on the 11th against the Marlins. One of the 2 saves he blew. He's walked 13 and struck out 61. So, 2 out, Coomer at the plate. Ron has singled, doubled, struck out, and scored. McGriff on first. Coomer strikes out. So Wagner does his job. A big swing and a miss. And after a 7.5, Houston 4, Chicago 2. Jeff Fassero coming in to pitch. Yep. Well, the Red Sox will have that race in the East is a 5-team affair. Toronto, Detroit, Boston, New York, and Milwaukee all have a legitimate chance. Fassero, 38 years old, fastball at 87 and a standard pitcher, making his 66th appearance, 2-7, 2 saves, and a 2.97 ERA. Last pitch 3 days ago against the Giants in a 4-1 win. He went 1 inning. The lefty threw 15 pitches, allowed a hit and a strikeout. So overall, Fassero 60 2/3, 54 hits, 20 runs all earned, 6 homers, 28 walks, and 54 strikeouts. And Mr. Howard will be happy because the Dodgers should feature well. That's my senior year of high school, by the way, 88, 89. Saturday marks my 34th anniversary of graduating from high school. Not a kid anymore. Lance Berkman, by the way, 2 for 3. He has doubled, homered, his 24th, scored twice, and struck out. Got him. Thank you. So 1 out for Alou. Moises 1 for 3. Turns out, and obviously I didn't plan it this way, that the first, remember, it rained at Wrigley Field for the first scheduled night game. 53 years for you. Yep, same with my mom. You both graduated in 70. The first scheduled night game at Wrigley Field was August 8th, 88. 10 years to the day later, I got married. So, because my wedding anniversary is 8/8/98. Alou 1 for 3. Draws the walk. Here's a doggo. Richards 0 for 2. He has struck out and driven in a run. So Bernie graduated in 69. My dad graduated in 68. That's into shallow right center. Tucker coming in, makes the catch. Alou goes back to the bag. And there are 2 out for Vinny Castilla, who was 0 for 3 with a walk. We don't need Wagner to come to the plate. Pitch to Vinny. Popped up. Miller coming in, by the way. He's playing third. He's a 3, and he will make the catch. And that will retire the side. Fassero was a double switch, by the way. Jeff in the 5 hole, and Miller, should he get there, is in the 9 hole. We go to the 9th here at Enron Field, 4-2 Houston. It doesn't really seem like it was 34 years ago or 54 years ago. Does it? Matt Steers, by the way, 1 for 2. An RBI double, a walk, and a strikeout. Damon Buford will pinch hit. As a pinch hitter, hitting .067 with 4 RBI. Overall, 195, 2 homers, and 14 RBI. Cubs need 2 to tie and 3 to go ahead. Jamie has been out of high school for 22 years. So you were a senior in high school when we started this replay. Pitch to Buford. To right field. Alou. And Moises makes... Oh, it's foul. Yeah, especially when you hear all the same songs playing it. That's for sure. An 0-2 count to Buford. Wagner deals. Got him. That's 2 for Billy. An 0-2 fastball swung on and missed. A wedding anniversary? 22 for you. 25 for B coming up. Best part of being retired is Folgers in your cup. No, you can play games all day. We aren't. My wife doesn't drive, and I obviously don't, so we don't travel that much. Michael Tucker is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Wagner deals. Ball 4. The tying run is now at the plate. 34 years for you. So you and I are the same age. 15. Here's Joe Girardi. Joe has had a pretty good ball game. He has singled, doubled. He's 2 for 3 and scored a run. Wagner deals. Line drive to third, and Castilla makes a leaping grab, and there's 2 out. So last chance saloon for Chicago. We're going to be done in under an hour today. Billy Miller at 3:07, 3 homers and 11 RBI. Last chance saloon for the Cubs. Everybody's up here in Enron. Wagner deals. Fly ball right field. Alou will track this one down, and the Astros win the ball game. 4-2 the final. 2 hours and 52 fake minutes. You were at that game, game 1? How cool is that? Is that your taillights we see on NBC as Gibson hits the home run? That's awesome. Astros moved to 72 and 48. 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors. They left on 6. Cubs fall to 61 and 58. 2 runs, 7 hits, an error, and they left on 7. Astacio, who only has 1 more start after this with Houston, gets the win. He goes to 1-1, 7 2/3, 7 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 2 and struck out 5. Wagner picks up his 35th save. 4 outs, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. John Lieber takes the loss. Yeah, you picked a good one to go. You were about 20 seats from where the ball landed. That's awesome. Lieber 11-5, 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned. The Berkman homer looming large. He struck out 6. Weathers gave up a run in his inning, and Facero got around a walk in the 8th. So our Digital Dice MVP is going to be Lance Berkman, who not only hit his 24th homer, but his 50th double. That's pretty good. So the rest of this Wednesday in baseball for you. Tigers beat the Angels 5-2. Sparks an 8-game winner. Beats Valdez. Cruz 2 for 3. And 2 for 3 with 2 RBI and a double. Twins behind Bartolo Colon. Actually, no. Colon, that was last night. Never mind. Twins beat Cleveland 2-0. Joe Mays 13-6. Chuck Finley 7-4, or Steve Finley. And Eddie Guardado picks up the save, his first. Oakland beats Toronto 3-2. Barry Zito 11-4. Escobar 3-5. Raul Mondesi 2 for 2 with his 19th. Roger Clemens gets nailed by Tampa Bay 7-0. Wilson 9-6. Clemens 11-10. That's right, the same game, Bernie, that Seiko broke the center field camera with his grand slam. Gomez 1 for 3, 6 of the year, and drives in 3. Mariners 9-3 over the Red Sox. Freddie Garcia 15-7. Frank Castillo 7-5. John Olerud 3 for 4, is 19th of the year, and drives in 4. Baltimore beats Kansas City 10-8. Mercedes will ride in this one today. He's 10-8. Corey Bailey 0-3. Melvin Mora 3 for 4, is 4th of the year, and drives in 3. Cardinals beat the Reds 4-2. Woody Williams 1-1. Chris Retzman 9-8. Cromer 1 for 1 with his 4th. Milwaukee beats Philadelphia 11-4. Kolb 1-1. Omar Dahl 8-9. Richie Sexton 3 for 5, is 32nd of the year, and drives in 3. Berkman, by the way, 100 RBIs on the replay in that 4-2 game you just saw. A rare loss for the White Sox. The Rangers destroyed them 13-6. Helling 12-6. Lowe 7-3. Rafael Palmeiro ate his Wheaties 3 for 5. Hits his 35th and drives in 3. Colorado over Atlanta 6-4. Davis 3-1. Leitenberg 3-5. DeRosa 3 for 4, his fourth of the year, and drives in 2. Pirates beat the Diamondbacks 6-4. Oliveras 4-7. Schilling falls to 14-5. Matt Williams 3 for 5, his eighth of the year, and drives in 2. San Francisco beating Florida 4-3. Felix Rodriguez 2-5. Alfonseca, just not a good closer, 4-8. Kevin Millar 2 for 4, 16th of the year, and drives in 2. Al Leiter and company shut down the Padres 2-0. He wins his fifth for the Mets. Jarvis falls to 11-5. Benitez is 28th save. And last but not least, the Dodgers beat the Expos 8-3. Carrera 6-5. Carl Pavano takes his first loss of the year. Sean Green has hit 42 on the season, 3 for 5 with 3 RBI. So San Francisco by 2 over the Diamondbacks. Houston now 10.5 over Chicago. Florida by 2 over the Phils. Seattle by 1 over Oakland. The White Sox 10.5 over Cleveland. The Yankees 5 over Boston. Tomorrow we will have Oakland and Chicago from whatever ballpark on the south side. Until then, I'm Ron Zucker. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, you're sneaking up. We'll see you then for the White Sox and the A's. Have a good night, everybody. So long.